Hi friends, in previous class we completed work done by the impeller or work done by a centrifugal pump. Now the topic is heads of a pump and discharge efficiency of a pump. Heads of a pump and efficiencies of a pump. This is our current topic, efficiency of a pump, heads of a pump as well as efficiency of a pump. Now I will discuss about heads of a pump. There are different types of heads is available in the centrifugal pump. There is a first one is a suction head, delivery head and static head, and fourth one is a manometric head. The first one is a suction head. Suction head we represented at a capital H suffix small s, s for suction, h for head, and the second one is a delivery head. So we can represent a capital H suffix small d, h for head, d for delivery, and the third one is a static head. So that when we can write as a capital S, by avoiding confusion we can write as a static, because HS is also is a suction head. If we represent as a HS is same as a static head, we confuse it as a suction and static head. That's why I am completely writing as a static head. And the fourth one is a manometric head. Manometric head. So that we can represent as a H mano or HM, whatever it. So manometric head. There are four types of heads is available for any centrifugal pump. The first one is the suction head. Suction head is nothing but the central line of the impeller. For example, this is a pump, this is an impeller. The vertical height of central line of impeller to the sump or water level surface is called suction head. That means this is called sump or underground water level or any lake or any river. The surface of the water, the central line distance between the central line distance, vertical line distance between the center line of the impeller to the sump water surface height is called suction height. This is a vertical line. The distance of vertical line between a surface of water level where the water should be lifted, that surface and central line of the impeller is called suction head. So it is represented as a suction head. So the nothing but the total height of suction pipe we can call as a suction head. The total height of suction pipe is we can call as a suction head. And the delivery height is nothing but the vertical line between the central line of the impeller to upper head of the or upper head tank water or tank of water. So where we should transport or where we should to send to the water is called, that is called upper head tank or tank. The tank surface of water is called delivery head. It's nothing but these are vertical height between central line of the impeller to the tank or tank water surface is called delivery head. So that is nothing but the total delivery pipe length is also called as a delivery head. So then static head is nothing but the summation of static head is nothing but the summation of suction head plus delivery head is called static head or total head. So the suction head plus the delivery head we called as a static head. So coming to the last head, this is a common heads, but manometric head is a very important. So what is meant by manometric head? So I will explain clearly, listen. So I will explain manometric, I will erase everything. So manometric head is a very important while doing a calculation part. So manometric head, the fourth one is a manometric head. Manometric head. So H mano or HM. So manometric head is nothing but the head against which a centrifugal pump works. Means ఏదైతే హెడ్ ఆపోజిట్ ఏదైతే వర్క్ డన్ డెవలప్డ్ బై ద పంప్ ఉందో, సో ద వర్క్ డన్ డెవలప్డ్ బై ద pump is nothing but a manometric head. It is nothing but the head it is defined as the head against a centrifugal centrifugal pump works. On which head the centrifugal pump is work is called, simply we called as a H manometer. The H manometer we can write as a H manometer. So what is a head against a centrifugal pump works? So nothing but work done by the centrifugal pump. So the work done by the centrifugal pump is nothing but VW2 U2 by Z. So the work done by the impeller is always equal to the head, manometric head of the impeller or a pump. So if you consider loss of head in the suction head or delivery head, we can subtract this loss of head in a impeller casing, loss of head in a impeller casing. So manometric head is a form of this. A head against a centrifugal pump works is called head, manometric head. The manometric head is always equal to the work done by the impeller. If there is a losses of head in the casing, any frictional losses, any another losses is there, you should subtract. Otherwise it should be, if it is not given in the problem, if it is not considered in the problem, take it as a 0. Then a manometer is just a VW2 by Z. If there is a loss of head in the impeller casing, just subtract that work done by the impeller minus loss of head in the impeller. So this is a first formula. This is a first formula. So another we can write as a manometer head in a different ways. There are 3 different ways. And the second one is a total head at outlet at the pump. HM is equal to total head at the outlet of the pump minus total head at the inlet of the pump. So total head is nothing but we can write as a Bernoulli's equation. Bernoulli's equation is nothing but total head. That is a outlet we can write as a 2 P2 by rho Z, P by rho Z plus V square by 2Z plus Z is equal to Bernoulli's equation. That is a total head. So outlet is that is about V2 square by 2G plus Z. So Z is a Z2. This is a total head at the outlet minus inlet total head, again Bernoulli's equation, P by rho Z plus V square by 2G plus Z. At inlet we called as a 1. This is another equation for manometric head. And the last one, so P2 by rho Z we called as a pressure head, V2 by rho Z we called as a velocity head, as a kinetic head, Z2 we can write as a vertical height of the pump, nothing but a manometric head or whatever, vertical height or potential head. Again P1 by rho Z is the pressure head at the inlet of the pump, V1 square by 2Z is nothing but a kinetic head or velocity head at the inlet, Z1 is a potential head at the available or vertical height of the datum from the pump. So another equation is HM we can write as another equation for manometer head we can write as this is the first equation and second equation, and the third equation we can write as there are 3 different formulas for manometric head. So H mano we can write as a suction head plus delivery head plus head loss due to friction in suction pipe plus head loss due to friction in delivery pipe plus VD square by 2Z, VD square by 2Z. So HS is nothing but suction head, HD is nothing but delivery head, HF is nothing but head loss due to friction as for suction. So frictional losses in suctional pipe and frictional loss in delivery pipe plus VD square by 2Z means delivery head or velocity head in the delivery pipe. Velocity of water, velocity head, this is a velocity head or kinetic head or velocity head in the delivery pipe. So suction head plus delivery head plus head loss due to friction suction pipe, suction plus head loss due to friction in delivery pipe plus delivery of delivery velocity head or kind head of a delivery pipe. So these are the three types of heads is available in the any centrifugal pump. So our next topic is efficiency of a pump. Okay, our next topic is efficiency of a pump. There are three efficiencies we can use in the calculation of any centrifugal pump. These are the most used pumps. The first one is manometric efficiency. Manometric efficiency, and the second one is mechanical efficiency. Efficiency symbol eta, so we can write as mano. If you write only eta m, that should be as a mechanical efficiency. Eta m is a mechanical efficiency, eta mano is a manometric efficiency, and the last one is a overall efficiency of a pump, that we called as a OV or eta O. So before going to discuss about the efficiency of pump, so generally the energy transferred from the shaft, the energy is transferred from the motor to shaft of the energy is transferred from motor shaft to pump shaft. Then the energy transferred from shaft of the pump to the impeller of the pump. Then the energy is transferred from impeller to the water energy. Nothing but, so there are three types of energy we consider from the only pump point of view. The first one is a shaft pump of impeller, means the power supplied to the shaft of the impeller, and then shaft of impeller, the power is then transferred to impeller. Then the energy from the impeller is transferred to the water. So first the energy from the motor shaft to impeller shaft or pump shaft, then is it transferred to the impeller. The energy from the shaft to transfer to the impeller, the energy then transferred to the water. This is the flow parameter of the any centrifugal pump. This means the shaft pump is always greater than impeller pump, and the impeller pump power is always greater than water power of a pump. So gradually, due to conversions from shaft to impeller, there is a conversion loss. From impeller to water, there is a conversion loss due to friction. So this is a flow path of any pump. The shaft power is transferred to the impeller, and the power is transferred from impeller to the water. So then shaft power is always greater than impeller power, and impeller power is always greater than water power. So this is a flow path. So then coming to the efficiencies, manometric efficiency and mechanical efficiency, overall efficiency. So manometric efficiency is nothing but it is defined as a manometric head. Manometric head divided by head impacted by impeller. Head developed or done by the impeller. So what is manometric head? Hm is a manometric head divided by head imparted by the impeller is nothing but the work done by the impeller, that is a VW2 U2 by G. This is a manometric efficiency. And coming to the mechanical efficiency. So mechanical efficiency is nothing but power at the impeller, power at the impeller to power at the shaft. So this is a mechanical efficiency, nothing but a mechanical transparency. Means efficiency is nothing but output by input. So output energy is the impeller power, that input energy is a shaft power. Is nothing but the shaft power is converted to the impeller power. That's why shaft power is a input energy, impeller power is a output energy. So output by input is called as a efficiency. So in power power at the impeller is nothing but W by G. We can write as a, we know that VW2 U2 by G, we know that is a impeller power. So this can be converted into W into W divided by 1000. Weight of the water divided by 1000 divided by power at shaft is nothing but shaft power. So generally the shaft power is given in the problem. So this is a work done VW2 U2 by G into W by 1000 divided by shaft power. This is a power at impeller divided by power at shaft. And the last one, overall efficiency. So overall efficiency is nothing but manometric product, multiplication of manometric efficiency into product of manometric efficiency into mechanical efficiency. What is manometric efficiency here? Manometric efficiency is nothing but G, we can write as a manometric efficiency. So this can be written as a G into H manometry by VW2 U2. So divided by G is transferred to the upper side in numerator side. So then we can write as a G into H manometry divided by VW2 U2 into mechanical efficiency. We can write as a W by 1000 into VW2 U2 by G divided by shaft power. So finally the overall efficiency we can write as a WH manometry divided by 1000 divided by shaft power. So this means VW2 U2 G get cancelled. The remaining term is this is the remaining term. What is the remaining term here? WH manometer. WH mano divided by 1000 into shaft power. This is the overall efficiency. So these are the efficiency of the pumps. So we completed heads of the pump and efficiency of the pump, and in previous class I completed a work done by the impeller. Now our next class will be on the topic of numerical questions on the centrifugal pump. Okay, thank you.